Alright, lesson 2, creating a form. So, first thing, click on create. We're going to go into form design. If I click on form, what it will do is it'll create just a really simple form where everything's the same size. So we'll just quickly have a look at that. You can see, boring, close, don't save. So we're going to go and create a form using form design. So first off, click on form design to open it up. This is our canvas area here. So it's just simple to make it a little bit bigger, if you like. Just close the properties sheet over there for the moment. We can add that in later. And what we're going to do first, before we actually do anything, is make sure that we link this form to our members table, so that when we go to add our fields and things like that, we'll be able to add them straight from the members thing. So under the design tab, pull up the properties sheet, make sure that it has form up here. If not, you can select it from the drop down box. Form up here, click on data, drop down arrow and click members. And now we know that it's linked to the members file. So I can just close that by either clicking on the little cross here or just clicking the property sheet button and closing it. The controls that we use are up here. We're only really going to be looking at a couple of them this week. The first one obviously is the select one that allows us to select items with our mouse on the screen. And the main one that we're going to look at first is the label. So label is used to just write text on the form. So we want to put a heading. So we just click that. Draw a little section on the screen like so. And all I'm going to put in for the heading is members. Whoops, spelling not so good today. So that in itself just looks a lot boring, so what we need to do is use the property sheet to funk it out a bit. Property, I did say funk. Format, and firstly we can do things like change the font. So from the drop down list, choose a font that we like. I have no idea what half of these look like, so we can just kind of play a little bit. It's got to be something readable and something fairly large, so probably maybe just go with an Arial black perhaps. It's a sort of a biggish font. Change the size, make it about 48. Yeah, that's probably big enough. What else can we do? We can do things like changing the background color of our little box. So maybe, what's going to look pretty? Maybe a nice kind of bluish sort of color. Yeah, that's not too bad. Probably the border, maybe just change the border color maybe to the same color. I think it was maybe that. And perhaps we can do things with the font. What can we do? We could align the font to be centered. There we go. And whatever else you want to do there. Click onto my screen. Bit boring making it white. This is the detail page. Again, I can change the back color. What do we want the back color? Maybe, let me think, maybe that. Oh yeah, yum. So the next stage, I'll just close the property sheet, is to add the fields. Click on add existing fields, and it's really just a matter of dragging them across. Doesn't really matter where they go to start off, because you can move them around once you've got them on there. Make them pretty, change the fonts and the colours and all that kind of stuff. Probably getting a little bit, let's put a few up here. It says it doesn't really matter where they go. The idea is that once you've got them on the screen, is to put them. So I'll just close that again so I can see my screen. If I click on it, what you'll see is you'll see the white section, which is actually where you will be putting the data in. So that's your field part. This part over here is actually the label, and you see there's two little squares up the top corner. That allows you to move them separately. If you want to move them together, just move them from the field area, and you'll see they'll move together. But use the little handle in the top corner, and you can see that you can move them independently. So you can put the heading above it if you want, or the label above it, and put the field underneath, or just have them spread out around the screen, whatever you like. It's your database and your form. Clicking on each individual item, again you can bring the property sheet up. I can change colours, fonts, font colours, all sorts of things. So if I go font colour, maybe we want to make this black, make it darker, and then you go, we can see that the heading's now black. Take it off, and there it is. If you wanted to change the fill, because it might look, I don't know, might look a bit yuck, but we'll go with it anyway. Ah, look at that. See? A little bit of creativity and you can create a masterpiece. So I said, the idea is just to move things around, put things where you want it, and when you want to have a look and see what it looks like, or what it would look like in the form view, say for example when you're adding data, just click up here into view, and you can see that's actually what it would look like. Go down here to go back to design view. So let's just pretend I've made that all pretty. You've finished with it, happy with it. I can either close it from here and then save it, or I can save it up here and then close it. If I just click close, it knows that I've made some changes, so it pops up, do I want to save changes? Well, yeah, because I've put so much effort into it. Call that members, click OK, saved, closed, and then all I need to do to use it is see how we have the tables up here, and then we have forms here, and all the different types of elements that you can have in Access, or the objects, will be displayed down here. So I want to open the form for members, open it up, and there it is. Want to open the table, open it up, there it is. And that is as simple as that.